Welcome back to History of Simple Things. Today's topic comes from one of our viewers, 6-Day Blue 59. Thanks for the suggestion. You asked, who is Saint Elmo and what exactly is Saint Elmo's fire? If you've ever heard of glowing blue flames dancing on the tips of ship masts or even appearing on airplane wings, you've already encountered this mysterious phenomenon. For centuries, sailors believed it was a sign from the heavens, something both eerie and comforting during violent storms. So, who is Saint Elmo, and what's really behind this strange glowing light? Stick around as we uncover the story, the science, and the legend behind Saint Elmo's fire, right here on History of Simple Things. Saint Elmo isn't just a random name, it actually refers to a real historical figure, Saint Erasmus of Formia. He was a Christian bishop who lived during the late Roman Empire and is believed to have died around the early 4th century. According to tradition, Erasmus was persecuted for his faith during the reign of Diocletian. Stories about his endurance spread widely, especially among Mediterranean sailors. Over time, he became known as the patron saint of sailors, a protector during dangerous voyages. The nickname Elmo is thought to have evolved from Erasmus through linguistic changes in Italian and other European languages. So when sailors spoke of Saint Elmo, they were really referring to Saint Erasmus. Long before modern science could explain it, sailors frequently reported seeing eerie glowing lights during thunderstorms. These lights would appear at the highest points of ships, like masts, yardarms, and even the tips of sails. To sailors facing violent storms, this glow was both terrifying and comforting. Some believed it was a warning of danger. Others saw it as a sign that Saint Elmo was watching over them, guiding them through the storm. In fact, when a single glow appeared, it was often interpreted as a protective sign. But when multiple lights showed up at once, sailors sometimes feared it meant trouble ahead. Either way, the phenomenon became deeply tied to superstition and survival at sea. Despite its fiery name, St. Elmo's fire isn't actually fire at all. It's a natural electrical phenomenon known as a type of plasma. During a thunderstorm, the atmosphere becomes highly charged with electricity. When the electric field around a pointed object, like a ship's mast or an airplane wing, becomes strong enough, it can ionize the surrounding air molecules. This process creates a glowing discharge of energy. This phenomenon is closely related to corona discharge, where electricity leaks into the air in a controlled, glowing form instead of forming a sudden spark like lightning. The result? A steady, flickering blue or violet light that can look almost supernatural, especially in the darkness of a storm. While St. Elmo's fire is often associated with old wooden ships, it hasn't disappeared with time. Modern pilots still report seeing it on aircraft, especially when flying through electrically charged clouds. The glow can form on the nose of the plane, along the wings, or even on the windshield. Unlike lightning, it doesn't strike or damage the aircraft directly. Instead, it quietly dances along the surface, almost like a ghostly outline. Even today, seeing it can be an unsettling experience, especially for those encountering it for the first time. But thanks to modern science, pilots understand that it's usually harmless, just a sign of strong electrical activity in the atmosphere. What makes St. Elmo's fire so fascinating isn't just the science, it's how people interpreted it. Imagine being a sailor hundreds of years ago, caught in a violent storm with no way to predict the weather, no technology to guide you, and no guarantee you'd survive the night. Then suddenly a glowing light appears on your ship. Was it a warning, a blessing, a spirit? For many, it became a symbol of hope. The belief that Saint Erasmus of Formia was present gave sailors a sense of protection in the face of chaos. It turned a terrifying natural event into something meaningful, something almost comforting. Even after science explained the phenomenon, the name Saint Elmo's fire never went away. That's because names like this carry history with them. They remind us of a time when humans tried to make sense of the unknown using stories, beliefs, and shared experiences. Much like how we still use terms like shooting star even though we know they're meteors, St. Elmo's fire remains a bridge between science and storytelling. It's also a reminder that not everything needs to lose its mystery just because we understand it. Sometimes knowing the explanation makes it even more fascinating. The name didn't just stay in history books, it also made its way into pop culture, most famously in the 1985 film Saint Elmo's Fire. Despite the dramatic title, the movie isn't about the glowing electrical phenomenon at all. Instead, it follows a group of young adults navigating life, relationships, and uncertainty after college. So why use the name? In the film, Saint Elmo's fire is described as a rare glowing light that appears in moments of intense pressure, something symbolic rather than literal. It represents confusion, emotional turbulence, and the search for direction during chaotic phases of life. In a way that ties back nicely to the original meaning. Just like sailors once saw St. Elmo's fire during violent storms, the characters in the movie experience their own personal storms as they try to figure out who they are and where they're going. So, who is St. Elmo? He's not the one creating the glowing light, but his name became forever linked to it through centuries of human experience. Saint Erasmus of Formia was a symbol of protection for sailors navigating dangerous waters, and his legacy lives on in one of nature's most unusual displays. St. Elmo's fire is where faith meets physics, a glowing reminder of how humans interpret the world around them. What once looked like a divine sign is now understood as a beautiful electrical phenomenon, quietly flickering in the storm. And maybe that's what makes it so special. It's not just about what it is, it's about what it meant and how it helped people face the unknown. Because sometimes even a strange blue light in the middle of a storm can feel like someone's watching over you. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.